Hello, everyone. Welcome to New Gen Politics. So, Trump has just picked Kash Patel as the director of the FBI. And I think this is a good pick. And I think that this is going to lead to a lot more transparency in the FBI. One of his biggest things is that he said he's going to release the Epstein files, release the Diddy files, release all of this stuff, the illegal activities the FBI has done, all their activities that have been controversial, operations that are canceled, right? They want to increase transparency about things that Americans care about and want to know that their government is not acting illegally behind the shadows. And of course, there's opposition to this, namely John Bolton, who just said that he wants Congress to not approve Kash Patel for the position, which is like, guys, if you're on John Bolton's team, like, what's wrong with you? Like, everything John Bolton says you should be against, right? The most warmongering, deep state defending actor is saying that this guy is going to come in and destroy the FBI. You should be like, oh my gosh, I really want him then. You know, if John Bolton says it, then it must not be true. So I think that the people who recommended Trump, it certainly worked. I mean, there was calls for Twitter for him constantly that he be the nominee, he be the person Trump picked, both from the people and from recommendations that Trump clearly listened to. So I think he's going to get there and gut the institution because it doesn't need to operate in the way it does. Like he said, he's going to shut down the deep state administrative building and say, go do your jobs of actually investigating real criminals. Don't be investigating random U.S. citizens for no reason. Don't be conducting illegal activities. Go actually find, like, how about all these drug traffickers, human traffickers, all these people that have come in through our open border? What about all the sleeper cells in the country? What about all that stuff? Go investigate that and actually do your jobs. And then also being transparent about it. Because the only way to regain the trust in any institution, because just electing him is not going to regain any trust. What needs to happen is transparency, coming out and saying the FBI did all of these horrible, illegal things. Everything you thought they were doing, they were doing. And here's the proof. And we're going to tell you straight up. We're not happy about it. We're not defending it. We're not approving it or sanctioning it or whatever. We're saying that it was wrong, but it happened. As long as they don't try to sweep it under the rug and say, well, we're just a new FBI and no one's going to trust that. What they need is they need the person who is in charge to say everything you thought was going on was true, if it was true. To say that all this is true and we're not going to do it anymore. And how we're going to prove that we're not going to do it anymore is we're going to have much more transparency with the budget, more transparency with operations, more accountability, exterior audits, exterior investigations, no longer we investigated ourselves and found we did nothing wrong, right? That's what people want to see. And so I think this is a good pick. I don't know a crazy amount about Kash Patel, so we'll have to see how it plays out. Much like a lot of Trump's cabinet picks is, we don't really know because they're in positions they haven't been in before, which is exactly what you want. But not every single one of them is probably going to be a miracle worker, 10 out of 10. It just depends. We'll just have to see. But this gives me faith that Trump is listening to the American people because this was their pick. So I think Trump is operating much more on what do the American people actually want, transparency, accountability, and the releasing of hidden documents from the American people. And who said they were going to do that? Who is the advocate for that? Who did the people say on X day after day after day as they wanted their number one pick? Well, it's him and the people around him recommending him. So I think Trump is listening to the people legitimately. I think he isn't picking anybody he doesn't approve of personally, but he is listening when people say, this is who we want for this reason, and he's willing to look into it. And if Trump transitions that into the issues as well, this is the issues of the American people. This is the number one trending thing on X this week. This needs to get done. If Trump is paying attention to that and uses those mechanisms, of direct communication with the American people and actually starts solving problems and appointing people and doing whatever based on the will of the people and the things that Trump can't know about because he's, when you're president, you're completely out of touch. You can't even go to a grocery store without it being shut down. So you need to rely on people to tell you information about how the people are feeling. And instead of going through layers of bureaucracy, having a direct communication to what they want and then acting on it is going to make him a very influential president. And that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I hope to see. So that's my thoughts on this. I'm willing to just wait and see with a lot of these picks. Some I think are really good. Some I think are like maybe not that great. Is Trump going to actually fulfill his promises this time? Maybe, maybe not. I'm willing to wait and see before I get too committed or too, anti-Trump. So let's give it some time and let's see how these things play out. And hopefully even people who disagree with Trump, disagree with the picks, if the results are good, then they'll just take it as a win. And that's what we need to do as a country, is take a win where we can get it, especially when it comes to transparency and accountability in the government and listening to the will of the people, the elected officials, not actually the administrative state. So if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and thank you for watching.